Sometimes when you record macros, you realize that maybe you left out a step, or maybe you'd like to change one of the steps. And in that case, you can consider going back and editing a macro. It's very possible. If you know a little bit about Visual Basic for applications, you're off to the races. If you don't, I would recommend re-recording most macros and editing when there's a simple change that needs to be made. I'll show you what I mean as we edit the macro we created a couple lessons ago. From the View tab here on the ribbon, we'll click the Macros button to view our macros. There's only one, the one we created. With it highlighted or selected, we'll click the Edit button. This actually takes us into VBA, Microsoft Visual Basic for Applications. It's programming. And as you can see, our macro, which really is just typing some text and blank lines and a little bit of formatting, has all of this code involved. If we take out anything that we shouldn't be taking out, the whole macro could be messed up. But if it's simple, like changing sincerely to yours truly, well, we can go in there and only affect the text by taking out sincerely with our delete key. We could type in yours truly. Same thing for formatting. Down below you can see where we chose bold and italics, and then we typed in the text, and then we turned off bold and italics. Well, maybe we don't want the bold part, just the italics. Well, in that case, we could select the entire line for bolding, press delete on the keyboard, press delete again if we want to close up the space. And then, of course, we don't need to turn off the bold, so we would select that too, hit our delete key, and again, and we'll take out those blank spaces with our delete key. So those are some simple changes. All right, all we have to do now is save that by clicking the Save button and close up VBA. We'll go to the top right corner to close it up. Now we're back to our document and we're going to test it out. So again, we'll click and drag from the end of the last sentence in the second paragraph all the way down to CEO and delete it. And now we're going to run the macro to insert our letter closing. We created a button on the Quick Access toolbar, so we'll click there, check it out. We have yours truly showing up now, no bold, but we do have the italics still there. That worked beautifully. Now that was simple editing, and if you're not familiar with VBA, you want to make sure that it is simple changes that you're going to be making to your macros. Otherwise, it might be easier just to re-record them.